says, welcome to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and we are here to talk about Destiny. As always, you know, this is day 2 that I'm recording for Destiny Renegades, and I've already given my first impressions. I'm still going to play it. I'm going to wait for the dungeon to solidify my review. I'm going to crank it out actually sooner rather than later. Look for that. We're about to talk about a topic that will trigger a certain section of the Destiny 2 community, because you're already seeing crash outs online about people desperate to make Renegades seem better than what it really is, especially when you start talking about data. The kryptonite to ball fondlers, shills, and the full-blown retarded part of the Destiny 2 community. And I love Renegades because it's all pouring out there, and it's like, get your popcorn, kids. The show is only starting. Before we jump in, I do want to say right off the rip, we're going to be talking about Steam numbers. We have actual data points and references that consoles are around the same ballpark as PC. Sure, you put them all together, they make up in their own little bubble more than PC. But if you look individually, they're about the streamline is about the same, right? And that's important because when we look at charts like this one, and I can't wait for the next one. You look at charts like this. You look at charts like this, it shows the picture that, yeah, doesn't look good. I can't wait to see where Renegades is now going to be on this chart. Yeah, when you have less than 500K players on both console and PC, yeah, it ain't good, Chief. But besides all that, what are we covering today? We are covering Destiny 2 Renegades launches with the lowest day 1 Steam player count in history, despite positive early reviews. Man, Renegades is now the worst launching expansion in Destiny history based on numbers and data and player count. And yes, it does matter. People are like, oh, it doesn't tell the whole picture. It doesn't, but it tells enough, right? If the interest isn't there, then neither are the players. So let's we got a lot of reacts to the community crash outs, but let's see what we got here. Destiny 2's newest expansion, Renegades, is officially out. It sends players back to Mars into the lawless frontier full of smugglers and crime syndicates, where they team up with the drifter Eris Morn and Honor, that's her name. I keep forgetting what her generic Jedi name is, to stop another extinction level threat. Man, wow, extinction, when it actually is just the Guardians. Like, I think that's funny. They kept on using the word extinction, but he specifically was targeting Guardians. So I guess you could just I guess them killing the Guardians would activate the Nine's prophecy of the whole universe being extinct, I guess, tying that into the 9. But on its own, he's like, he just wanted to, screw over the Guardians. It is also Destiny's first full crossover expansion, with Bungie's partnering with Lucasfilms to bring in the Star Wars inspired weapons, armor, and cinematic moments, while still keeping the story rooted in Destiny's own universe. Many players said the camping is pretty good. People are talking about louder set pieces, mission designs, especially the new blaster weapons, which I'm going to say are pretty lackluster, except for the legendary Forerunner is amazing. And the obviously lightsaber, they made it go crack because it's a lightsaber, and it will eventually get nerfed. After a rough year, Renegades already comes across as a course correction for Destiny 2. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this. Edge of Fate, anything higher than Edge of Fate is a low bar, especially when it caused the player count to descend to less than Curse of Osiris. Anything other than Curse of Osiris, it was an increase, by the way, just so we're clear. Anything that was higher than the level of Curse of Osiris, quality-wise, was a low bar to go over. So when you try to cross the line past Edge of Fate, it's a low bar. Like, the course correction is literally just not doing Edge of Fate again. But the bigger picture for Destiny 2 is still rough. The last expansion, Edge of Fate, launched to a negative reception grind, new currencies, and the portal. Steam populations then sink to record lows. We already talked about that. Now the first numbers for Renegades are in, and on PC, it has not managed to match even Edge of Fate's day one peak. According to data from SteamDB, Renegades hit a day one peak of 71K concurrent players. That is, I think, 74 or whatever. That is the lowest peak out of every major Destiny 2 expansion, season, episode, and paid drop. Edge of Fate, which already had a rough launch, managed 98K on day one. And then with the raid, it finally went over to like 110K. So we'll see how Renegades does with the dungeon next week. Even smaller drops like Episode Heresy and Episode Revenant landed higher at 77K and 78. If we compare Renegades to the big expansions, the drop-off looks even worse. Lightfall opened at 316K and the final shape at 34K on day one. Renegades is sitting at around 23% of Lightfall's day one peak and roughly 72% of Edge of Fates. That is a massive fall for a game that once pushed over 300K on Steam alone. Here's Renegades, how it compares to everything else. Yeah, everything, what this tells you, what the data right here just tells you is very clear. Even Star Wars cannot save Destiny. The interest for Destiny 2 is dying. Destiny 2 is a dying franchise. We can argue, people are going to argue about what Destiny 3 can't do, or what they should do, or whether Bungie should do it. The reality is Destiny 2 is dying. If using another franchise that's technically dying as well, just use it on another dying franchise, can't save the franchise, then it's dying, Jim. It's dying. It's like poking something that's bleeding to death with a stick and say, do something. Of course, this is only one platform. Destiny is also on PlayStation, Xbox, and those numbers are not public. Though once people get a hand on the API, should I say, and we get that information, we'll be out there. Trust me, it always comes out. But Steam is still a useful barometer for interest among the audience. And right now, the chart is heading in one direction. Again, this is the data for all platforms together. It is very fucking obvious that yeah, interest is not here. One player on the Destiny the game said Renegades camping is just pure fun and it feels good to have fun again. Having just finished up Renegades, I feel really confident in saying Renegades may just be the most fun I've had in Destiny in a campaign. I don't know what campaign you played because I played almost 9 hours and I felt like I was doing fetch quests, going back and forth and repeating the same shit over and over again. Nothing says fun like doing capture missions over and over and over. Oh, you're gonna dunk moats? Man, we haven't done that before. Oh, you're gonna collect intel and 3 stacks gives you 15% and you have to keep doing that until you get done? Boy, that's fun. Really innovative gameplay. Another said the new guns and Star Wars style aesthetic make it so much better than Edge of Fate. See, there's the Star Wars copium. Others are a bit more measured. Once you take off the bias of Star Wars, you see this for what it really is. Others are a bit more measured, even if they're still enjoying it. One user wrote, I had fun with the campaign and DLC so far, but this feels more like a season. I agree. This is what Renegades does not feel like an expansion. It feels like a filler episode, like a season. It felt like a long ass season. I finished the campaign and did a few quests here and there after, and I can confidently say DLC is pretty much a season, a bigger size one at best, with only the first and last missions being actual campaign missions. When you spend 90% doing the main activities as the campaign, it is a season. It's not the campaign. Nothing was unique about doing the missions. It was just you're doing what you continue to do at endgame. It's like making the raid the campaign, but then after you beat the campaign, you do the raid again. Looking ahead, Bungie has said its plans to share a multi-year roadmap and new state of game update sometime next year to explain what comes after Renegades. I don't even know if it matters because honestly, first off, this Renegades lasts for 230 days. Holy shit. And we know that there's supposed to be another update too, by the way. There's another seasonal update supposed to come out. So 230 days, holy shit. Anyways, now you came for crash outs. It's time to get into the crash outs. Stop working and having a life and play Destiny 2 the moment new content comes out. You know, it's funny. You can't really say that, Mr. Daniel, because people also had lives when they played Edge of Fate and The Final Shape and Lightfall and Witch Queen and Shadowkeep and Beyond Light and Forsaken. You see the trend here? This argument is already fuck all stupid. Too busy playing actual cinema. About to sweep TGA next week too. I may do, okay. Also only go by Steam. I'm half and half now. The console players definitely outnumber the PC on my friends list. Yeah, I think using console is cope. Guys, there's more people on my console playlist playing than in Steam playlists. So that just means there's more people on console. What else do we have? I love this one. If you see this as a direct reflection on the quality of Renegades, you also must see the peak player count as a direct reflection on the quality of Lightfall. Either this, if this is serious, either this you're retarded or you're intellectually dishonest, or both. I love Renegades because it's pouring out the retardation of the parts of the Destiny community. People going into Renegades already they didn't have hype. There was no hype, right? So people's expectations for Renegades was very low. And thus, the day one matches that. And the day two, by the way, we're at day two, also matches that. We lost 20K more players at the peak. So day two has even less. Why does that even matter? Simple. What came before Lightfall? Witch Queen. And Witch Queen, if we look at the beautiful chart, the bacon footage, Witch Queen was hype. People were hyped about Witch Queen. And so guess what? When you have a good expansion that hits all the right notes and people are excited, guess what? People are going to look forward to the next piece of content because they think maybe, especially Witch Queen early on, people are like, okay, Bungie is finally hitting their stride. This is a campaign. This is storytelling. We're fucking excited. And guess what? That's where all the hype went straight to Lightfall. And what happened after people actually played Lightfall? Man, isn't that funny how data works? Look at the data. You can see what it looks like. Guys, day one, no one knows anything about campaigns. This clearly shows that people thought that the quality of Lightfall was great. You're right. People did because it wasn't out. And so people were basing it off of Witch Queen. Whereas people thought the quality of Renegades wasn't going to be good. And guess what? People thought that. They didn't play it. Day two, you're not seeing an increase to people coming back. You're not seeing that massive turnaround. Day two, people's conclusion has already been made. The hype is not there. Therefore, if Star Wars was not going to be good enough to get people to come back, then that means the quality was not there. I'm sorry. That's the reality. Gotta love this. Where people are saying people woke up and tuned into Shadowkeep. I think player count isn't a good representation of quality of content. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay. Lightfall was a pretty good expansion. The biggest. Okay. No, I'm judging the hype and player retention with those numbers. Exactly. Retention says everything. And I love this one. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss on this one. Yay! More drama and negativity baiting. By the way, this person is a classic case of someone trying to be toxic, being the toxic personality, toxic positivity personality. Guys, please don't let this steer you away or cause you to have any negative words towards the expansion or Bungie. We all know why the numbers are so black. Please don't egg the situation on. Be the light we need in these dire times. Yes, leave the billion-dollar company alone. Leave them alone, guys. Stop. Leave Britney alone. Yes, we know why the numbers are bad. Yeah, people are saying it out loud now, and so they can actually focus on giving people what they want. Guess what? If the majority and the people, the player count is not high because people did not want Star Wars, they wanted Destiny, guess what? The quality means it's not there, the interest is not there, the hype is not there, which therefore means it's not a positive situation. You can absolutely be negative to the billion-dollar company about your purchase. And if it wasn't good enough to bring you back, but you've spent money in Destiny, guess what? You have a right as a consumer to voice your frustration that they're continuing to drop the fucking ball and not have you come back because you feel like you wasted your fucking money on something that you thought was good at one point. You have a right to be critical. This is a dick eater. This is a doormat. This is a shill. This is a Bungie ball fondler. Be better than this. Don't be a dick eater. But it's funnier because then they have to say, the community is full of entitled, miserable, stuck-up people I've ever interacted with. Reading most of these comments absolutely disgusts me. I'm really disappointed in us. We need to do better. Things will never improve at this rate. Nobody can ever be happy. Yes, things will never improve at this rate. No. It's not on to the consumer to improve. It's like telling people upset about McDonald's changing their menu. Guys, no longer getting a Big Mac. There's no longer Happy Meals. There's now Tiny Meals. No. Big Mac? No. We got Small Macs. That's right. We're doing Small Macs, but now they're still, $10. We're giving you less, but you're still paying the same. That's right. You're getting less. We're getting more. It's so fucking brain dead. It's not on the consumer to improve. It's on the billion-dollar company who wants to make money to improve. It's like, how fucking stupid are you? The problem is also thinking that those who hate and say a lot of things actually play the game when that's not the case. Yeah, because you're right. It's not always the case. And yes, it is people who are playing the game or play it casually or want to come back and play it, because when you have this many people actually play the game and then you get down to this number or even less, like 12 fucking K, guess what? These people are going to be fucking mad. They're going to be upset. They were consumers. They paid. Guess what? They have the ticket to continue to criticize the billion-dollar company that continues to fuck their thing up. It's like buying a car, a smart car, and then suddenly, like Tesla, whatever company decides to, because I don't know who has smart cars, like Elon's company, right? They start taking away features. Oh, what's that? We can't afford to do radio features anymore. We're gonna take that away. Take that, but you're still paying the same fucking amount. They're taking all these features away. Guess what? You have a right. You have a right to be pissed off. I don't understand the retarded part of this community that just wants to defend a billion-dollar. I will never understand it. I will never. I guess I have more self-respect and value for myself and my money that I don't want to be a billion-dollar company's doormat. Constructive feedback is good. And of course, sometimes it's easy to get frustrated over the years of constant bad decisions, but some people are negative all day. Again, doesn't matter. I'm all for pointing out when something is shit, but these fuckers just dragging it on like edgy emo kids. Again, people are upset, yet have no arguments. Then we have Joker. A lot of people conflating quality for health in the comments And QTs I see, doesn't matter how good something is if no one fucking shows up. This is sadly what I meant when I said Destiny is dead as an IP. I really don't get the Star Wars thing, in my opinion. It should have worked to bring back some old players because it's like Memba Forsaken, Memba Berries. Yeah, it's more like Memba Red War. We did it again, which was a comfy time. I don't know why I died in the hill of no new strikes, no buy. Maybe it was my excuse after how dirty they did PvP, but normies don't care about Star Wars anymore. Anyway, I'm certain Bungie had this cooked up a long time ago. Every IP that does crossover needs to just peek at Fortnite analytics before trying if the purpose of the crossover is to draw new players. I believe this was to get old players back. I think the story works without the Star Wars stuff. It does. Like, I think the Star Wars stuff makes it fucking worse. Like, it's like Star Wars kit bashed with Red War and the 9, like it felt like 3 different things coming together and making it a fucking abomination. But that's because so much of Destiny's DNA is Elric, the Star Wars, other sci-fi stuff. Like Dredgen versus Shin was already Star Wars with guns, but without Star Wars, I don't think Bungie would have thought of the story. Well, I mean, they would have just done Red War again, which is pretty much what they did. It's fun so far. If I get bored, I'll just go to Warframe. I liked it. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. Damn, I said 7.5. I'm more generous. I guess I'm not as critical as Joker, which is, I think is fair because that middle can drag and the exotics quest seems kind of shoved in there. But I really do like the story. I didn't care for the story. So I don't like how the return to orbit snippets mix mash with the flying. Yeah, that was fucking annoying. I missed multiple pieces of fucking dialogue because I went to fucking orbit. I'm like, bro, I was actually wanting to listen to what they were saying. It's like, who fucking thought this was a good idea? This is just Curse of Cyrus, Warmind again. We already need, yeah, oh my God. That is a great example. We are gone full circle. Edge of Fate is Curse Osiris. Warmind, Renegades is Warmind. Like, it's good, but it's not good enough. We need like a Forsaken level thing to happen, which is not going to happen. I'm curious, what are people saying in this comment section? Because she got mad. So, and the comments on this post are totally normal as expected. I mean, it is normal when you have something that people are upset about, a purchase that is not meeting the level of quality. Guess what? The whole, you guys are entitled, you're damn fucking straight. When people go to work, they work their ass off, they make fucking money, and they spend it on a product that they expect to meet the expectation that was set for them, you know, whether it be a couple years ago or whatever, right? Or in the moment, and it doesn't meet that expectation, people have a right to demand better. Yes, consumers are entitled. You go to Walmart, they're also entitled. But guess what? Customers always right, unless they're complete and utter like threatening assholes and they treat you like you're not even a human being. Then they're not right. But if they want to criticize the company, they want to criticize the products, they're always right. That's business. Guess what? It's the business job to cater to its consumers, not the other fucking way around. You welcome to reality. Man, I would love to live around this person and be their personal like business near them, because I would probably be able to sell them all kinds of useless shit and they would take it with a smile. Here's your rotten cheeseburger. Oh, thank you. I know you guys are working so hard. I'm not going to be critical of you. I just want you to know that I love all the hard work you're doing. I'm being better. I'm a new player. I bought the game 4 days ago and I played for 66 hours already. Having a blast. I don't give about numbers as long as it doesn't interfere with myself completing content and having fun. So glad you're having fun. Try your best not to let the bad side of the community ruin it for you. Guys, how many of you played a new game? It's crazy. How many new players do you think are making up this? No, that's Warframe. Making this number. How many? Of course, new players are going to think shit is good. They just fucking started. 66 hours, bro. People played for over 1,000. Hell, I would even say for some games, especially live service, you need at least 1,000 to get a good fucking feel. I love the toxic fucking positivity. Guys, I'm having such fun. Yeah, people had, you know what? One of the most popular games was a fucking banana game, and that's all it was. It was the most popular game. Guys, it's so fun. I hate when people pull up the numbers and everything. It really does make me not want to play. The negativity of all this stuff online just kills the vibe. It's annoying. See, I love that people are blaming people like the numbers. The numbers, guess what? The numbers do matter because if you want to do raids, PvP, you're doing any content that needs actual players to play. If the players aren't fucking there, then no one's going to play it. Then your experience is going to be impacted by that. If I could destroy Steam player number count trackers instantly, I would. I don't understand why so much gaming discourse has to be about numbers. I love that trackers exist now. See, back in the day, it used to be, you used to say, that game's shit. No one likes that. And no one would know. Or you said, this is the greatest shit ever. And no one would actually be playing it, but no one would know because there was no, but now we have data, the literal fucking kryptonite, and nothing, it's like throwing water on a witch and you're watching these people fizzle and melt away because they have no counter argument. When you bring data up about how hype and retention are not there because no one's playing it. And it's crazy. It is truly amazing. Because then you start seeing them, devolve into, instead of factual arguments or counter arguments, it's just all about how you look and yada, personal direct attacks. And that's usually when they've got nothing, right? That's when you point at them and you laugh. People act as if Steam is the only platform that exists and is the main piece. There was easily 15 people playing across all platforms. Console is way more popular than Steam. Again, you can't use that as an argument. Yeah, you can't use that as an argument. Sorry, Chief. Console is not as Destiny on console is not as popular as people like to make it think. Especially when you look individually, the pocket size is about the same as Steam. Sure, add all Xbox and everything together, and it's going to look better than Steam, but they live in their own pockets. You look at it, this is the trend line. And guess what? If one is low and they're all low, they add up, it's going to be a low fucking number. And guess what? When you add them up, it's a fucking low number. Who would have fucking thought? Again, numbers. Everyone's critical. I miss Destiny, man. Don't worry. Oh, wait. Destiny is now hit. Don't worry, guys. An expansion of legally, for once, stolen ideas, assets from another franchise will save the game. We're going to be so back. Damn, with the fucking receipts. Okay, first of all, I was being sarcastic, but I'm not wrong. Second of all, the fact that you stalked my page, that is far weird. You thought you cooked. The same way you thought you cooked with the be the light we need in these dire times. When you don't, again, when you catch these people, they have no fucking counter argument. Thank you. I can't help but feel negative about the game overall, which is me problem, but I'm happy to see at least a bit of positivity. Toxic positivity will save us. Toxic positivity will make you God. Let's see what people are saying. I'm just going to jump right into let's just jump into it. Yep. There it is. The entire expansion is nothing but legally distinct, but fully licensed Star Wars slop. It's fucking terrible. Sad face. Came back to peak, but it was too late for this game to save itself. Yeah. I'm going to say, if you think that, I think people are so caught up in Star Wars that they think that this is peak. I want you to know that half of the theme is literally Red War 2.0. The other half is A New Hope. And then the rest is the new 9 bullshit, which I think was the weakest part of the whole thing. A lot of people, okay, we were see that Destiny Bolton trying to go 24 hours without posting about the Steam chart numbers. It's important because, retention and hype actually matter, especially when you're talking about a game that is dying. And it is dying. The franchise is dying. Holy fuck, when we Can we take a W and stop seeing headlines like this? You'll get headlines when Destiny actually gets a W. Don't believe the paid salesmen streamers. Yep, exactly. Don't believe the shills. Bungie is probably the worst community possible to have PR for. Like, what the hell are you supposed to do when one of the news accounts for the game posts this just day after it comes out? You know, it's funny because they're just reporting this. You know, when there's, we look at data and see that hype and retention and players are not, like, it's day 2, we lost 20K players already. Or 15K, whichever. I mean, yeah, it's bad. Like, you don't need Destiny, a game post to post about it. You just literally look and like, oh, that's fucking bad. Oh, wow, numbers. What do they mean, Mason? They mean bad. It's a solid update. Truly, you should play it if you're considering it. I think, listen, it's better than Edge of Fate. It's more Destiny. If you want to treat Destiny like Borderlands 4, then it's a good update. If you want to see this as a live service game, it's not looking good, Jim. It's not looking good, because the thing about live service, for it to continue to be alive and live, you need a live player count that isn't dying. That's the thing. Like, if you want to treat this as if it's a single player co-op game like Borderlands, then it's normal and it makes sense. Who the fuck cares? But when you're making a live service that needs to be alive, you need live players to funnel that cash and interest. Without that, you've got a dying game. I haven't played it in so long. Should I even bother coming back? Make a Fennec. Okay. Renegades was never going to fix the game. It's a good step, but there's a lot of work to be done. A lot. It's a filler episode. It's just, again, you treat it like Borderlands and then it's fine. Don't care. I'm super excited to try the update, but straight up, this is what happens when you demand a shitload of money and people through a roller coaster of emotions, loving and hating a game. It's also when you get lower player counts, it's because you are only catering to a small percentile. And maybe that's what Bungie wants. It's very obvious that Renegades is a cash grab. The shop is full of more Star Wars microtransactions. I said it before. Bungie was going to milk this IP for as much as they could. And that's probably what they're going for. They're going to get their cash cows. They're going to milk the doormats, the shills, the ball fondlers, the retards, the dick suckers. They're going to milk them like the fat cows that they are to get as much money to stay functional as possible. Because the reality is, you could have the shittiest launch like Renegades and still make a fuck ton of money. Because you've got the cows that you can milk the tits of. And guess what? All these crash outs and all these people upset that people are criticizing and talking about numbers have probably dropped 30 to 100 fucking dollars on just all the cosmetics that are Star Wars. It combines two things most people are sick of: Destiny and Star Wars. This isn't surprising. Yes. There's no DLC that will save Destiny. Bungie put out the most flawless absolute masterclass of an expansion. Okay, you are absolutely lying if you say flawless, especially when there's a shit ton of soft locked and bugs. Yeah, flawless my ass. Also, when they start taking away from Red Ward, I'm not even fucking joking. It's not flawless. Absolute masterclass of an expansion that gives everyone what they asked for. No, it doesn't. You know what? No one asks for fucking busy work. No one asks to go back to seasonal, gameplay where you go to a vendor, come back, go to vendor, go back, go to vendor, go back, go to this planet, go to this planet, go to this planet, talk to this person. No one asked for that gameplay. So I don't know what game we played, but they definitely didn't play the same campaign. Destiny is the only way to save the franchise. That we could agree on. But not by Bungie. People are pointing out that Renegades is better than Edge of Fate as if that wasn't the rock bottom of the entire franchise. Exactly. The bar could not be lower. Guys, it's like saying, It's like saying a thief is better than a rapist. Yeah. Yeah. Most people will say that's true. You're right. People would rather deal with a thief than a rapist. They're not that, compared to a rapist, thieves are not that bad. They look like everyone would love a thief over a rapist. I know that's extreme, but that's pointing out the extreme, right? One extreme for another extreme. Literally, you cannot go below edge of fate. It is now the bottomest of bottom for the Destiny. Like, I don't even think Destiny 1 ever got this low. And that's because it's even with PC. Maybe not. Maybe those are some exaggerations because it was only console and it was very restrictive. So who knows? Maybe that's cope. But for at least for Destiny 2, for its sake, is the bottom of the bottom. Player count, player confidence lost. And that's another thing. When your confidence lost, so is your players. Many people are calling this rage bait and unnecessary hate mongering, even though anyone with an internet connection can fact check the number. Edge of Fate launched with 100K active players on Steam on day one, which was lower than any previous expansion, and Renegades only had 70K. A 30% drop in player count. This is a numerical fact by the most literal definition of the term. People who get defensive about stuff like this are doing more harm than good because denial and toxic positivity have proven record of killing games. Thank you. You know what? I'm gonna follow you. Salute you. I want more like mind. This is fine. Keep denying you'll burn in ashes. Simple. Yes. Here. This is fine. This is fine. Yeah, but we don't confine our game to an echo chamber where it never learns and excuses all their bad behavior and decisions. We may not get more game. This is unironically how many of the toxic positivity crowd think. Yep. I don't know what that is. Dead fucking game. Okay. I don't think Destiny's a dead game. I think it's a dying game. There's a difference from being dead and, you know, going through the motion of, you know, of grieving the almost loss of something. Edge of Fate did a lot of damage, but Renegades has taken multiple steps in the right direction, which is not a lot. With a few misses, of course, this genuinely gives me hope for the future of the game. Yeah. When you are... it's baffling that the Bungie sets the house on fire that no one wanted. Then they don't put the next house on fire, and people are saying this is the step in the right direction. Yes, setting the house on fucking fire is definitely going in the right direction. It's not really going anywhere, but you're not setting your house on fire, I guess. The first mission was a reskin. The portal's the worst decision any game company has ever made. True. Still crazy 10 years in, they think launching a game halfway through the work day on a Tuesday is still best way to launch new content. I mean, even then, like, I don't understand this argument for and against, because literally numbers, the launch numbers, you look at the launch day, they've been pretty fucking high no matter what. Like, what are we smoking? People got tired of getting served shit and told it was full entree. Yep. Going to ignore the bad news this time around. Steam chart thug checking is very quickly becoming the enemy of this community. Oh, you mean the one that data? I love that people who don't want to live in their toxic positivity bubble literally don't want to look at data. Guys, I think this is amazing. My opinion matters. Everyone else who's not playing the fucking game and the numbers are low because of it. Guys, only like half of the community actually likes this campaign. Those are the only ones that matter. I'm living in this bubble, guys. No. Everything's fine. The house is on fire, but everything's fine. Not surprising, to be honest. That's how much of a mess Edge of Fate left behind. And it's also fucking Star Wars that people didn't like. The truth is, after 100 hours in Borderlands 4, I find myself comparing D2 to it constantly. It feels like a superior experience in almost every way. And while the fresh coat of paint is nice, it's not enough to hook me. You know, that was a very well thought process, because he didn't even say anything about, you know, the portal or mention anything about, you know, Star Wars. It was just comparing a different game that they, you know, looter shooter to this, which is funny because we just mentioned it too. The same brain worm that makes people say Destiny has lower player count, therefore it's a bad game, is also making people say Kalshi odds say there's a 20% chance of discovering First off, it's 2%, not 20%. It is funny. Game is bad. Well, here's the thing. If the player count is low, then the game is bad, because if the game was good, people would play it. Like, if you look at the player count, like a good example, Battlefield 6, which is hailed as one of the best PvP games this year. It launched at a high of 656K. And then within the past 24 hours, and it's been it's like a month or so, it's 152, which is double the launch of Destiny 2. And it's a live service PvP game. Destiny's a PvP and PvE game. Guess what? If it's a good game, people will play. Now you're like, well, damn, that means it lost a lot of people. It must be a bad game, right? The peak, it dropped off, so no one's playing it. Also, it's a PvP only game, a live service game. So yes, there's going to be things that are definitely going to impact these numbers. Same thing with Destiny. There's was Bungie ever going to keep this many people at, even if it was like the best perfect version of Destiny? No. But when you get down to these numbers, it's a problem, right? Like, it's a fucking problem. Especially a game that's 11 years old. If we look at like Warframe, all-time high 181, but if you look at the all-time, their numbers mostly go up. You look at Destiny, it's going fucking down. Like, it's a night and day difference. Again, and Warframe's a great comparison because it's lived longer than Destiny 2 has. This is a game it's living, it's alive, it's flourishing, it's going up and down with like the peak time, but it's the players that are continue to stay and play, right? I'm curious about, while we're talking about it. Yeah, so there is a decline. Well, I'll be curious to see how long this lasts. I'm curious about Call of Duty too, to be honest, but whatever. Different topic, different thing. Wow, it's like everyone fucking left after the final shape and people hate Edge of Fate. Who knew? How about we start posting the positives and move forward? So tired of guys, I'm tired of knowing that there are people aren't playing my game, that they're upset and they're criticizing it. Guess what? You can absolutely give this praise. I give you a couple praise berries right now. I thought the cutscenes are amazing. Bungie does phenomenal cutscenes. Even Lightfall had amazing cutscenes. Yeah, even Lightfall had some amazing. After replaying the campaign, I was like, yeah, literally. And I also thought the Strand portions were fun because you got infinite, especially up today moderns with the stats. You know, grappling around infinitely and punching the shit out of everything was fucking fun. But like, besides that, like, Renegades, the exotic mission was really cool. Like, it reminded me of the Whisper mission. Eris, Blue, and Drifter were phenomenal. Probably my favorite parts of the whole fucking campaign was just the interactions, the relationship building. There are definitely good things, but the negative and the bad things override that, because at the end of the day, the problems that were there before Renegades are still fucking there. It's not like repeated failures and letdowns for content releases and the dev producing teams being out of touch didn't have a major stake in the player count being so low. And I think that's where we're going to end it, right? That is a good point to say. There's a lot of reasons why people did not come back. And I think people are living in this weird delusional bubble and they need to get out of it. They need to wake up, smell the fresh air. Especially when you're like me and you play other games. You're getting wider variety of mindset and you're like, damn, like playing one game and then coming to playing Destiny 2 and you're like, this shit kind of sucks. And that's how it felt with the campaign, doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over. When you start asking yourself, are we there yet? When you're wanting to know if we're at the end, are we there yet? There's a problem. And guess what? It's not just a me thing. A lot of people are feeling that way. A lot. In fact, even people who are glowing about the campaign have said similar things. Let me know what you think. If you've actually played it, let me know what you think, right? Let's get a vibe check. If you played it, what do you think? Do you think the player count matches the quality of Renegades? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you